whereby early on in the story, you meet your characters, your protagonists, doing what they do when they're not doing the thing that the movie is about. And we are meeting our characters in their regular life. And so we are seeing what their regular life looks like. This is, I think, probably a fairly kind of common quote unquote hero's journey idea. Hero's journey being Joseph Campbell, which is that, and again, it was adopted, I think, in some very good movies like Star Wars and The Matrix as being a kind of a paradigm. Not all movies are written as hero's journeys, but I think this kind of fits into it, whereby early on in the story, you meet your characters, your protagonists, doing what they do when they're not doing the thing that the movie is about.
I mean, I think about a lot of times when I think about story structure, I just kind of think about, like, if you were sitting around a campfire or at dinner and you're telling a story, and the people that you're talking about and the story you're talking about are people that no one at this campfire or dinner table knows before. You would give context to who they are. If I was talking about you and I wanted to tell the story of when we sold Winter's Night, I would say, my writing partner, Jake, and I, we used to have to work, 3 jobs, and we would, it was really difficult. We met, through Buddhism. He, is British, and, he was working at the Apple store and I was working at a restaurant. Right. And then then you'd set up the context. And then one day we met with Lawrence Gray and he had the same idea. Yeah. And then you go, now I have the context. And so I can understand the rest of the story.
Totally.
Completely.
And again, it's almost like telling a joke as well. You have this first part of it, which is and then
before the punchline, right?
Exactly right. Yes.
Yeah, and so it's just good. A lot of times, like, screenwriting really is just like, how do you tell the best version of a story where people can follow it and get the most enjoyment out of it?
Yeah, and I think ultimately as well, there's a couple of things that one can do. Ultimately as well, I think, and it's a good question for this is, why do we care?
Why do we care?
Why do we care? Why am I watching a movie about this guy where I go, you know what, I really want to see what happens with this person because I'm intrigued by them. And it can be I'm intrigued by them. It can be I care about them. I feel compassion for them. What is the thing?